All
right, man. Let's get back.
And to quote Mancini, the square root of my R met with the chakra of the universe during its axis with Saturn to help me find out how to learn what the secret to filmmaking is. So I want everyone to hold hands with the zodiac and then open their inner eye and outer ear to unlock the secrets to life, liberty, and safe flight repair. This message has been brought to you by the Major League Baseball Association. All rights reserved.
I mean, that is
National Football League.
That is basically what he said, right?
I don't even know, but
damn, I don't get any points for being on the boards on that one.
No, you don't.
Whatever.
What was your question? Whatever it was, I answered it.
Jalen Ramsey.
It was me being petty about the
pretty
Chiefs
good.
receivers.
That's pretty good.
Jalen Ramsey is leaving the team for the birth of his third child. Is that a touchdown? I mean, is it? You got to take or attention on that. I'm sorry. Take your attention on that.
My take is he planned this 9 months ago. He's a smart man. It's like, hey, I'm gonna miss like a bunch of time in the season next year.
I'm going on maternity leave.
Yep, I'm going on maternity leave. Say something. That's sexist. A man can't go on maternity leave to look after his wife. So now I gotta be a bad husband.
Yeah, NFL. You already got all this domestic shit. Now you gonna tell me I can't go take care of my kid?
NFL likes women getting beat and families being broken. That's fucked up. That's both ends of the spectrum.
All right, man. Next up, Lamar Jackson, man. He said he hates running. Everyone was talking about his running highlights.
Okay.
You got to take her attention on that.
Let's do this. I blame all of you. Mostly the white writers out there. A lot of you racist dumbasses. Whether you played sports or not, some of y'all don't know shit, and you just collect a check because you know some people, and you probably said data breach one too many times in your fucking job interview, and people thought it was cool when you said maps or I don't know, some shit involving PR.
You just want to touch the board, huh, Mancini?
He wanted to turn on the board. Bottom line is, I blame all of y'all who said Lamar Jackson's just a receiver or a running back. Now that he only wants to pass the ball and be accurate, y'all want to shit on the man. You know what? No. Just like you didn't deserve to see his 40-yard dash or Kyle Murray's, yeah, you're going to see him pass from the pocket and then occasionally break your favorite defensive lineman's ankles or their Achilles tendon as they snap and get juked and try to outrun a guy who runs a 4.3 in every direction. Congratulations. Y'all did this to him. So I hope Lamar Jackson ends up being like third in the league in pass yards and touchdowns. All y'all can kiss his ass. Yeah. And he got robbed of a Heisman. Baker Mayfield should have won the Heisman that year.
Yeah, and if you read the quote, he basically said, it's his job as quarterback to get the ball to tight end, receiver, running back, all that jazz, which is fine. It's true
because his tight ends and receivers are fast.
But it's
only
like
Mike Vick had that.
It's just like it's a situation where it's like, oh, an actor's coming up and they're like, oh, I don't want to do these certain type of movies because I don't want to be that certain type of actor. So I'm just going to go and do Broadway because I'm like a different type of actor.
There's nothing wrong with that.
It's fine.
I wouldn't want to be
a
thug in every movie when I can fucking sing
It's fine.
Cats on Broadway.
It's fine. But you got to do it for your own reasons. You got to do it because you want to do it. Like, you shouldn't feel that you have to move a certain way because of another way. Like, that's how people win. Like, you do whatever you want to do. You do whatever you're capable of doing.
He's a black man in America from Florida, and he's a black quarterback who got told.
Shout out to your old-time saying.
He's a black man.
You haven't said it in a while.
He's a black man in America. So already everyone hates him. Society hates him. And you discredit everything he does, even if a white player who did half of what he did you hype him up and say he's going to be the next great thing. Shout out to Kyle Allen. Yeah. By the way, y'all need to leave Cam Newton the fuck alone.
No, but what you're saying
should be quiet too. But anyway,
what you're saying is right. Like,
he got called.
What you're saying is right.
He said he was stupid.
Yeah, this whole thing from outside, like making him hate running, is stupid. It's like,
I think he always hated running,
but it's also like
I think he hated running when he was at Louisville because they had a bum ass offense and you couldn't name any of the receivers that made it to the NFL. Remember?
No, I didn't name one.
You didn't name one.
I named Brandon Coleman, and I named that other dude.
Brandon Coleman went to Rutgers, and you named one.
No. The other dude, Devontae Parker, and the other dude who was a year after him.
He didn't play with him though.
Yeah, but he was.
You said Jalen Smith.
There you go.
But he didn't make it in the league either.
So, he had 1,000 yards.
Yeah, he was,
I
and he
think
dropped
got
like 10.
drafted.
He dropped like 10 balls.
I
He
think
dropped
got
like 10
drafted.
balls. He dropped like 10 and he didn't make it anywhere in the league. Have you heard of Jalen Smith since
Nope.
Louisville? Exactly. I think they had Jerron. They only had like one offensive lineman who got drafted. I think Jerron Christian, maybe. But Louisville, it was just Lamar Jackson and Michael Dyer who had like a 6-year eligibility somehow. But anyway,
I just don't want to see Lamar Jackson like develop this
run.
self-hate for running. Like that's part of his. Like we've talked about it. That's part of what makes him special. Like that's part of what was given to him.
they never did this to Steve Young.
So I understand what you're saying, but at the same time, it's like he's just got to work through that.
Because the media
And
is going
eventually, he's going to come
Yeah.
to a point where he's like, "Fuck all that. I'm going to be my own person."
to. I'll run if I have to.
And that's the other thing.
I don't
It's
think he's
like-
run first either.
And that's the other thing I've talked about this, but it's like I understand it with Cam Newton. It's like now Cam Newton is grouchy with the media, and it's like
Because y'all just,
I get it.
Y'all hated on me the whole time, dating back to college, and then
and now you're sad to see him fade out.
and now, yeah, you're happy to see me fade out. I saw that. I
Nah.
caught that. You're happy to see him fade out. By the way, that meme with the kid and him talking, the video.
That shit was
who
funny
knew?
as-
Who knew that shit would come back to bite him in the ass?
That
And it'd be
shit
Kyle
was
Allen's
funny
face.
as
Well, like Kyle Allen was like a 5-star QB, but it was trash at Texas A&M and lost his job his last year at Houston because he transferred
But they said he was the number 1 QB, right?
out of high school.
Yeah.
Dual threat, and he was trash. And Kyler Murray beat him out. Texas A&M had like 8 QBs. Like when you play NCAA football, and like a weird school gets like 8 5-star QBs, and you're like, but everybody else is trash. Like, why don't y'all just go to a like Ball State? You'll be like what is going on? It's literally
Go to Delaware, it's North Dakota.
go to Appalachian State. Like transfer to fucking Stanford. Like, why are all you 5-star QBs? Like they all go to one school, and then when it doesn't work out, I'm supposed to feel bad for you. And Kyle Allen made it to the NFL strictly off his athletic ability. And yeah, like white QBs are allowed to just fail, but whatever. Anyway,
All right, man. So do you want to get to any of your college football stuff before I close out the show?
Yes, it's all kind of going to be grouped together. So USC beat the brakes off Utah last week. Matt Fink came in, third string QB, was going to transfer to Illinois. By the way, one of Illinois' pass rushers, who all the way Bedeku, he was like a 5-star recruit out of Sarah, went to USC. Never saw the field, even though he should have saw the field because he's insanely talented. Now he's tied for like first in college football in sacks, or I think he leads the country in sacks for like 7.5 or something like that. And Chase Young out of Ohio State, who looks like the next Jadeveon Clowney, freak of physical nature. He looks like Sean Oakman. Chase Young is a scary looking human being, but yeah, for Ohio State defensive end. Shout out to Jordan and them. He what the fuck? Why are you playing this?
I'm just giving you background music. Go ahead,
Okay.
King. I'm just supporting you.
It was dope. Okay, cool. Anyway, so like
It
I was
wasn't until
saying,
you stopped talking.
no, it's cool. I picked it back up. Did you not just hear my voice get sultry again?
All right.
All right. Yeah, you shut the fuck up when I'm talking. Just one time. But anyway, so Matt Fink, who almost transferred to Illinois, and before I went on that tangent, Illinois has like 5 USC players on their team, and they're all doing really good now. Weird. But yeah, Fink was going to transfer, decided to come back. He's like, nah, it's going to be a special group. And Michael Pittman had 10 catches for 232 yards and like I think 2 or 3 touchdowns.
Finally.
All I know is, had you been throwing the ball to the guy who's 6'4", his father was an NFL running back. His brother's a 5-star receiver out of Oregon who got hurt. I don't think he's playing. But had you just kept throwing the guy the ball who plays like Mike Evans, maybe you would have been in a better position the last 3 years. But they finally got him the ball. Matt Fink was wheeling and dealing, 21 out of 30. The biggest thing was Marquise Stepp, redshirt freshman running back, I think, or sophomore. He scored a touchdown, went to go hug Reggie Bush, and the ref like shoved him and Reggie Bush away from each other. That was some hoe shit. Free Reggie.
Free Reggie.
Free Reggie. Fuck the feds.
All right, man. So on that note, I guess we can get to the rants.
UCLA came back against, like, they were down 49 to 14.
Yeah, they came back and won 69 to 63.
67 to 63.
They were saying on the radio, would you fire your defensive coordinator right after that game?
Bro,
Like, even if you were UCLA and you won, like, wouldn't you just fire your defense?
Washington State, I expect that. But UCLA, I'm like, bro, if I'm a starting quarterback. Actually, no. If I'm Washington State's quarterback, Gordon, who threw 9 touchdown passes and lost, if I throw 9 touchdowns and we lose, I personally, like, we're locking the doors. Everybody on offense fights everyone on defense. And, like, I'm personally fighting the defensive coordinator. I'm stepping to the defensive backs coach. I'm slapping up the linebacker coach. I'm getting the offensive lineman to jump the D-line coach. But I'm like, I might have to fight the head coach too. Like, why'd you take over plays? Bro, I throw 9 touchdowns and we lose. I throw 9 touchdowns and we lose the game. I'm shooting someone in the locker room. And then I'm fucking your girlfriend. And then I'm having everyone in her sorority
toxic masculinity.
Bad mouth your girl.
This is toxic masculinity as fuck right
You
now.
gotta go full-fledged asshole if you throw 9 touchdowns and lose. You gotta go Thad Castle, Blue Mountain State, toxic masculinity. That's some dark masculinity. Dark toxic masculinity. It's pretty fucked up. But UCLA D coordinator ain't gonna make it anyway, so I'm not even surprised. UCLA's trash. But
all right,
they
man.
finally have a system, I guess.
So on that note, you want to start? Well, Mancini, you start with the rant since this man just ran it like 7 times in a row.
Yeah.
We pretty much covered all the sports.
Yeah, man. I'm just ready to go eat.
Nerves!
It's a celebration, bitches.
Don't ever say that with like no bass in your voice ever again. Say it
Because
like,
I wasn't gonna say bitches, but I was just gonna say it's a
could you
celebration.
say it like you have some resemblance of what the 2 and the 4 is?
All right, Mancini.
So, Pete, I was going to ask you, what did you think of LA Press Week?
Oh, okay, yeah.
Or LA Press Freedom Week, whichever.
So
it was.
yeah, so for those of you who didn't know, trying to brand it right. LA Freedom of the Press Week. I think that's what it was called.
LA Press Freedom Week.
LA Press Freedom Week. Okay, there we go. LA Press Freedom Week happened last week, and there was a bunch of events all across the city on the Pasadena, downtown, West Side. I think there was one at the Getty or something like that. Like,
there was one at UCLA and one also in Beverly Hills at the Paley Center.
Yeah, so it was going on all over, and essentially they just had, panels of journalists and experts discussing topics that matter to the community as well as journalists. And so community members, people interested in journalism like us, went, attended, listened. Honestly, I was kind of evented out last week, so I was just kind of there. But it was cool to see KPCC. Like, it's a pretty cool space. Like, it's nice. It's right in the community. It's like pretty big. Like, it's pretty inside and out. They had some good carbs, fortunately.
No, I don't know. Thinking about, I went to a couple of the week's events, and I don't know. It just kind of seemed to me that one of the first panel that I went to, I think it was the one on Monday, and that one had to do with, like, press election coverage. And I don't know. That one worked. It had a lot of strengths. It had some weaknesses when it came to sort of reflecting, covering a presidential election in the United States. And then the same kind of applied with a later one that I went to. I think that was like the cross-border threats, which with that kind of a title you would think it'd have to do with like covering immigration or something.
Kenny's over here trying to get drunk.
He's like gasping over here.
He's trying to get drunk.
Hurry the fuck up!
I don't know. Overall,
I'm kidding, man. I'm good.
I don't know.
I'm not Henny Kenny for no reason.
That's all right. That's all right.
But yeah, I mean, I think the biggest thing with me with those events, I like those events, like, because those events are more like public.
Mm-hmm.
So like they're free. There's community people there. Like there was community people asking questions. But like ultimately, just in general, I've shared this on the show before, but these community events are almost kind of like everybody who's not affected about it is talking about it type of thing. Where it's like,
but I think there's like a projection.
We're like we're in this room
in a bubble.
Yeah, we're in this bubble, talking about it.
You're watching the purge happen.
We're watching it happen. Yeah, exactly.
Well, and I also feel like they brought in a lot of great like lawyers and journalists from around